So, my dear friends in Christ, on this Palm Sunday, one thing that the Roman Missal says that a brief homily should be given if appropriate. So, I'm going to keep this homily appropriately brief. That's the plan. I guess for me, just a quick comment about this is my second time around with Holy Week as a priest, and it's just so amazing just being the voice of Jesus. I guess it's just hard to not be emotional because of I don't know, the love that is just emanating from the page. It's just it is absolutely amazing. And so I love this week. This is the holiest week of the year, and it's amazing. Just one quick comment I want to make about one line in the gospel, and it has to do with the denial of St. Peter. It's just such an amazing scene that here is St. Peter, a man who is generally always on fire with love for Jesus, a man who tells Jesus in the gospel today, he's like, I'm going to die for you. I'm willing to lay down my life for you. I'm willing to go all in for you. And then after a time, right, he falls asleep in the garden. He turns to action with the high priest's slave, cuts the ear off, follows at a distance, warms himself by the fire of the enemies of Jesus, and eventually denies his God 3 times. And what I love is that little detail that only Luke includes in his gospel about why St. Peter went off and wept bitterly, right? Why he did. And it's that little brief line which said, and the Lord turned and looked at Peter. The Lord turned and looked at Peter. Right? What was that look that made Peter weep bitterly? Right? There's a pious tradition that says that Jesus had, or not Jesus, Peter had marks in his face where the tears flowed, right? He wept so bitterly. What was that look like? And the Lord turned and looked at Peter. It wasn't like, Peter, I told you so. It wasn't that sort of this look of condemnation. What this look was when Jesus looked at Peter after he denied that he even knew him, said, I love you even in this. I love you even in this. And that not even this sin of denying that you know me, is going to stop me from going to the cross. I love you even in this. And it was that look of love that caused Peter to weep bitterly over this sin. And I think the reason why Peter, at least for me, is so attractive is just because of how relatable the man is. That every time you and I sin, every time we especially choose grievous sin, what happens is the Lord doesn't say anything to us, but he simply looks at us with love and says, I love you even in this, right? He doesn't say words, but he just speaks to us with his eyes. So my encouragement for you as we enter into Holy Week is to take some time for prayer and to let Jesus look at you. Because his look alone has the power to transform the most hardened sinner into one of the greatest saints of all time. Let the Lord look at you, let him love you, and let him change your life.